You ever have one of those days in World of Tanks where nothing goes your way and try as you might, you never have any success, or it's just a constant stream of blowout losses or bad things happening? It just seems like you can't buy a win. Yeah, that was me last night. And this game right here was one of my highlight games of the night last night, and it's one of the few games that we actually did okay in, and so I wanted to go ahead and share it with you guys. And I've been streaming this game on Twitch now some, so if you want to watch me play live, follow me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/hamboneyt, and you can find me there, and we'll come join me. I stream late at night usually, and I play World Tanks Console on there. But this is one of those games where just frustrating things happen over and over and over again. I'm rolling the mid-ridge here, which is nothing new. It's something I always try to do with the snake bite on this map. And I'm going to try and keep the guys spotted for my team. But there's going to be some annoying enemies going to pop up here that just make my job a nightmare. And trying to just keep everyone lit, wait on my team to get up here. I'm watching and seeing how the game is progressing, and trying to decide exactly what the best course of action is for me. And I put one in the Hellcat there, very lucky shot. I think, okay, this game's going to go pretty good. And so I'm trying to keep the light tank on the enemy team from pushing over us just too much. And I'm also trying to keep from getting killed in the process, getting shot or anything, because I want to keep my hit points. The big thing about light tanks is if you can keep your hit points until the end of the battle, where you can be the most effective, that is the best thing you can do. So I want to try and hang on to my hit points. And you see we put another one in the Hellcat there. We get rammed by our friendly wheelie boy. And I couldn't put the third one in the Hellcat like I wanted. Then enter the VK30.02M, who's going to be a bane to my existence for the next few minutes of this game. He pulls up and shoots me in a position I didn't think he could shoot me, but he had gun depression over the side of his tank. And then he's just going to continue to shoot me or harass me. Every time I try to crest the hill, he's like, I got perfect aim, and he's always looking for that perfect shot on me. And so I'm getting frustrated at this point. I'm like, this is ridiculous. This guy is just going to keep shooting me over and over and over. So I take a big loop back and then come back up the hill to think maybe he will think about something else. And so I pop over, I'm spotting stuff, and he's nowhere to be found. So I'm like, good, okay, maybe we've got this one in the bag. And sure enough, here he is back. So once again, another big loop and back up. We're just trying to weed the enemy team out at this point. You know, we've got a bunch of heavies over here. I'm trying to get them just pushed out, and we just missed that one there. Trying to get the enemy team pushed out of this position where we can start pushing over the hill, spotting alongside the lower section down there in the bottom ridge, and I'm just trying to do something. I'm just trying to be active and do something. You see, there he is. He shoots at me again, and so this guy has my number. He's got it out for me. And we're going to go over here and deal with this Churchill 7 instead, who can't aim. Okay, so we put 2 shots into him there, and he hasn't hit us once. So I'm thinking, yeah, this guy has a hard time aiming at me. I'm going to continue to harass him. There's another shot I put into him, and we're going to roll around here, do it again, because he can't hit me, or at least he hasn't yet. And you see he shot at the wheelie boy and missed. Of course, I bounce off the front of his tank, which is nothing new for this tank. I mean, the penetration, even with premium rounds on the snakebite, is abysmal. But in matches like this, damage is what I'm dealing. I'm not necessarily doing that much spotting because all the enemies are really close proximity here. And this is a thing that I did not want to happen, and I tried to stop it, is ramming that tank. But we get a lucky fire there, and we're dishing out some serious damage at this point. We've done 1,300 damage in a light tank at tier 6, so we're doing pretty well. And our team is also doing pretty well. We've pretty much overran the enemy. And what I want to talk about is just knowing your light tank and knowing what you're capable of. You know, I could have committed a little bit harder and died there, but instead I've tried to preserve my hit points other than accidentally bumping into that tank. And keep myself alive to the point where I can be effective here at the end of the game. Now, I'm a one-shot for every tank on the enemy team at this point. I know that. I'm aware of that fact. I'm trying to distract this VK45 from killing my Tiger right there, but he's going to kill him anyways. And now we're going to commit because the other light tank is committed, you know, and so we're going to roll in here. We're going to commit, put one into him, slide around, trying to get destroyed in the process, and now we have the Tiger's attention. So we're going to use this dead tank for cover, and we're going to try and put shots in the Tiger. Of course, our team wipes him out, luckily. And now we're going to be going and hunting down the last couple of tanks. There's a little heavy tank at the base, and then there's a light tank in the middle, both of which are on low health. I didn't know that at the time, but they are basically dead. So it's going to be just a simple fight of, killing the T-29. It's on 29 health, and rolling up here and dealing with this Stinger. And it's not going to be a problem. I mean, there's 10 of us versus him. Yeah, this is a no-brainer who's going to win this one. And this is one of the few wins I got yesterday. Yesterday was not my day. I was playing at a different time of day than I normally do, and it just made for a difficult day. But overall, we did all right. We did, 1,500 damage, roughly, combined, and we got third place here, so not too bad. 1,246 base experience. And, yeah, we did 1,473 damage, so 500 assisted, not too bad. Spotted 8 people. But that was just those days where you have bad days. Sometimes they just get that way, okay? You have bad days in the game, but the best thing you can do is persist and continue to roll through it and roll through it and roll through it, or take a break and play later. But I, last night, persisted, and I had this good game come out of it and a couple other good games. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll see you in the next one where we talk about more World of Tanks. Might be PC, might be console, could be Blitz. But we're going to talk all World of Tanks on this channel from here on, baby. Here we go.